Good evening. I'm Russ McCaskey. Methamphetamine. It's become a mess in Oklahoma. This is a record-breaking year. Close to 900 meth labs statewide. Here in Tulsa, we're averaging now more than one a day. Meth, it's ripping apart families, it's hurting innocent people, and it's jeopardizing public safety. We have a number of reports for you tonight focusing on all that. We'll also take a look at some possible solutions. We begin, though, with Sarah Goldenberg, who's focusing on family.
4 women, 4 different struggles.
It's over, I'm cured.
I don't care if I have to walk door to door and knock and say, please, I will find a job.
Those women have a tough road ahead. Sarah Goldenberg joins us. And Sarah, before we get to the women that you spoke with, I want to show people what meth is costing taxpayers. We have some information from the Oklahoma Bureau of Narcotics. It says just one meth lab can cost taxpayers around $350,000. That's when you factor in investigations, cleanup, incarceration, prosecution, and social services if children are involved, DHS and so forth. Times 900 meth labs statewide, that's potentially more than $300 million this year alone. So, Sarah, you know, with the women that you spoke with, that's probably not on their mind before they got caught. They're really just looking to get high, aren't they?
Yeah, unfortunately, Russ, it just takes one time. One time they try that drug and they possibly get addicted.
You know, they seem remorseful when you were talking with them. I guess the question is, are they remorseful because of all the damage that they caused to their family members and the people whose lives they put in jeopardy, or are they just remorseful because they got caught?
You know, I believe they really are remorseful. They told us, you know, we expected to get caught. We thought it was only a matter of time. And it took being behind those prison walls for them to really understand the type of damage that they were doing to their families.
And some say it may even save their life.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, Sarah, thanks. Now, we are encouraging you to speak out tonight, and you can do that several different ways through our website, kjrh.com, also through social media. Our planning editor, Chris Wiley, is monitoring all of that for us tonight, including our Facebook page as well as on Twitter through hashtag OKMeth. You can submit questions and comments. We also want to hear from you if you have possible solutions. Good evening, I'm Russ McCaskey. Karen has the night off. We begin first at 5 with breaking news. Police are investigating a shooting at a South Tulsa drugstore. It happened fewer than 30 minutes ago at 51st and Lewis. 2 News photojournalist Dennis Meister is there. He joins us now live with the newest information. Dennis, what are you seeing out there?
Right now we have probably about a dozen police cars out here at the 51st and Lewis Walgreens. The scene is contained right now. From what I understand, there's a 27-year-old male that was shot, is in serious condition, and transported to a local hospital. I've only spoken to one police officer, still waiting for a sergeant to come over. But as of right now, that is all we know. The 27-year-old male transported to a local hospital in serious condition.
Hey, Dennis, at this point, do we know, was this an altercation that happened there, or was it a robbery at the Walgreens there?
I do not know. Still waiting on information. I just got to the scene about 10 minutes ago, and that is all we've been told. It's a 27-year-old male that has been shot. So don't know if it's a robbery, if it's an altercation. We do not know.
Okay, and real quick, do you see anybody in a police car? Are there any suspects at this point?
No suspects that I can see that are in custody. A lot of police officers interviewing people in the parking lot that saw what happened. We should be able to find out a lot more for you by 6 o'clock, though.
All right, Dennis Meister, live on the scene, 51st and South Lewis. We're going to continue to follow that situation. Again, a 27-year-old male has been shot, and we will have updates on that throughout the newscast and again at 6 o'clock. Dennis, thanks. New job numbers are out, and they are slightly better than expected. 103,000 new U.S. jobs in September have economists relieved. 60,000 was the prediction, but unemployment remains unchanged at 9.1% nationally. Now, here in Oklahoma, September numbers aren't out yet. July and August unemployment held steady at 5.6%. All this news comes as several protests converge on the streets of downtown Tulsa. Their ultimate goal to keep jobs from leaving green country. 2 News reporter Brianne Palmerini was there this afternoon. She's live near downtown to explain. Brianne?
Well, 3 groups were protesting the potential loss of up to 800 jobs.
desperately need it.
Yes, we do. Meantime, some mild temperatures, although it is windy out there today.
It is windy. The normal temperature should be in the low to mid 70s. Temperatures over the weekend in the mid 80s.
How about that? All right. Still sweating it out a little bit.
Yes,
All right,
indeed.
Dan, thanks. Well, the temperatures will eventually start to creep down a bit, but before it gets too cold, the Oklahoma Society of CPAs has some steps you can take now to save cold, hard cash this winter. Here's 2 News problem solver Pete Knudsen.
The Weather Center, when severe weather happens, we'll be all over it.
And in another 10 years or so, when we redo the set again, I got dibs on the 65-inch monitor back there. I'll take that one.
You're not the first one that's eyed that large
It's
monitor.
nice, isn't it?
It is very nice.
Love the technology. All right, thank you, Dan. Well, Brandon Whedon got his start on a Thursday night.
We'll have highlights for you tonight at 10 from this game and others on Friday Night Live, Week 3. Let's send it back to the studio, Russ.
You know, Al, real quick before you go, because this OU Florida State game may be one of the best college football games all weekend long, and there's certainly a lot of pressure on OU's quarterback Landry Jones to perform. He hasn't done so well on the road.
Well, on the road, as we documented yesterday, 4-5 on the road in big games. So, yeah, this will be a test for him, but I think it's also going to be a test for Florida State. Can they handle that home excitement jitters? They've been thinking about revenge after OU's trouncing of the Seminoles a year ago. So I think both teams have a little bit to worry about in the jitters department. But I think OU should prevail by 10.
We'll see how it plays out. All right, Big Al, thanks. We'll see you tonight at 10. Well, last night at 10, we revealed the test results of the new CFL and LED light bulbs expected to replace incandescent bulbs. Tonight at 10 in segment 2, we find out which bulb's the most practical replacement for lighting your home. All right, let's check in with Dan.
All right, temperatures for tomorrow will be a lot warmer than what we saw today. Today we were stuck in the 50s. Tomorrow into the mid 80s.
Yeah, this rain is nice relief, though.
It is.
Isn't it?
It's welcome by everyone.
Good stuff. All right, Wheel of Fortune's next. We'll see you back here at 10.
2 News works for you on air, online, and on your mobile. Get connected, stay connected.
And a 20% chance on Thursday.
That forecast is looking really good.
Looking pretty good. And again, pictures of the car coming up by about Tuesday or Wednesday.
Look forward to that.
Maximum speed is 88 miles per hour. That's a hint as to what it is.
Okay, I think I know what that is.
So anyway, we'll show you pictures of that coming
At
up.
5, you had pictures of your grandbaby.
Yes.
You're a grandpa.
I
Congratulations.
am a grandpa. My daughter's doing great. I spoke to her and my son-in-law. We're very fired up about that. It's our first one.
Yeah, congratulations,
Thank you.
Dan. Well, sports is next. Stay with us.
Fort Gibson over towards Sallisaw, temperatures around -3 coming up overnight. In the weather, we'll talk about a warming trend that kicks in, as well as another storm system that we're watching could bring us more snow. More on that's coming up.
All right, Dan, thanks. Now, to see the magnitude of the blizzard, you almost need to get up in the air, and that's what I did today. Took a helicopter tour to see where progress is being made and where trouble still remains. The blanket of snow will linger for days, but the skies are now clear, and the dig-out is in full force. We went up in the air to get a bird's eye view to see how Green Country looks after 14 inches of snow. As you might imagine, a lot of the roads are still snow-packed, but people are getting out and about today. The problem is you're going to look out for a lot of the traffic that stalled out during the storm, and that's creating a major problem for some people. One place in particular where we saw a lot of problems was on 169 exiting onto I-244. Several trucks were stalled out on that on-ramp. We also found trouble at the Will Rogers Turnpike in Claremore. Some cars were stuck in the snow and that backed up traffic. It's going to be a long afternoon for these drivers. Then we headed south and west towards the Creek Turnpike where there are signs of progress. The good news is the Creek Turnpike looking much better today. Moving over to Highway 169 is still a slow go and is pretty snow-packed. We also flew over the Hard Rock Casino. It's hard to see, but if you look closely, you can see the damage where the roof caved in. Getting back to the roads, it's those side roads and the neighborhood streets where you can find real trouble. You can almost forget about some of them. And finally, we checked on the Arkansas River. It's rare to see so much ice in the river, but water is flowing.
Help is on the way for some Tulsans who are trapped in their neighborhood.